Hey everybody, welcome to Tiny Interviews with me, your host, the guy who's making gurgly throat noises, Mike Falzone. You know it picks up because these mics are good. And this is my guest, Andrew Delman.
Hello.
Me and Andrew Delman have been doing stand-up comedy for a number of... This is
Do
what
I
he
look
does.
down the barrel? Or?
You got to look right into him. Really make the connection with the audience. This is a podcast where I get my friend... You're making the guest uncomfortable. I'm going to beat the shit out of you after this. I'm not kidding around.
The booth isn't uncomfortable enough.
The booth is fine, but this weirdo fucks it all up.
Yes.
I have some of my funniest friends on this show that we just made up to tell me a tiny story. But first, how about a little bit of banter?
Banter.
What do you think about that?
I love banter.
Who do you think would win in a fight? And please be honest.
Yeah, I will.
Who do you think would win in a fight between Mr. Rogers and Bob Ross?
Mr. Rogers, I think.
That quick?
Yeah, like Bob Ross, he actually he doesn't seem like a fighter. There's something going on. Mr. Rogers needs to let some stuff out.
Do you think there's internal stuff going on?
Like, no. I think he'll make it good. He'll be like, this is for all the kids. You know, like he'll use
this
the
is
love.
for when Bob Ross was mean to all those kids.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm sticking
great.
with it.
Thank you for being honest.
He was physically fit, swam every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Rogers.
What did Bob Ross do? He held
Just
a bird
painted a
from
lot.
time to time.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you have a story that you could tell us? A tiny story?
What's it about? Anything?
I'm asking you.
Well, I don't even get a topic. Just like go for it.
I was hoping that maybe you would have one picked out when I asked you to do this.
Okay, sure. I didn't. That wasn't in the text. I also showed up yesterday, so you could see.
So
how
there
much
were
I
things
read
that
it.
were in the text that were ignored, and things that weren't in the text that weren't
see where
implied.
I'm at.
Do you have a story?
I got a story.
Tell me.
I was just at a wedding.
Okay.
On Saturday, and it was the craziest wedding I've ever been to.
Tell me. I love weddings.
So I normally do, but as you know, I kind of have this weird bad luck that I bring to weddings.
We were talking about
Yeah. So for the past 5 weddings, including my own, all the other people's weddings that I was attending got rained out. And in California, it doesn't rain unless I show up to a wedding. And then at my personal wedding, my wife got laryngitis and couldn't speak at all.
Right.
So I should not be invited to weddings.
Did you give her laryngitis?
No, I didn't have. I mean, stress, I think. I mean, I didn't do. She did a lot more work
You gave her the stress it took to
and then
administer.
she's like, and now it's gone. And I was like, best day ever, babe. I had the greatest day of my life.
And I was saying it loud and clear.
Yeah. And then I was like, everyone's laughing at my jokes. Like, I feel like it's all about me right now.
Yeah, you were
She
on.
couldn't talk.
Yeah.
So it was a wedding back where I'm from in the Inland Empire, the 909, which for those of you who don't know, that's like the part of California that's like redneck and like very...
Yeah, he's doing it again.
Yeah, he's getting in there.
Right in the middle of the introduction for the story.
It's very redneck, lifted trucks, AR-15s, that sort, lots of Trump love.
Sure.
So we go back there, the wedding gets rained out, and while they're in the middle of the wedding, like a bunch of vultures just start like circling above us. I don't know. I was like, this is a bad omen.
They thought you were dead.
They thought we were all dead.
Yeah.
And then after the wedding happens, everyone's very drunk, and they try and kick us out because we're being too loud. Don't do that.
What were you like VFW hall? What were you?
We were in like this outdoor area, and then we just went in the bar, and then we all had to go back to like our rooms or whatever because it was midnight and they were closing. So this like creepy toothless security guard comes in, because that's the security guards in the IE, and comes in. This does not make the drunken rednecks happy, and they're like, no, we rented this out, we are not closing down. And they're like, we have to close it down. Long story short, the toothless security guard went up to the bride and touched her inappropriately, apparently. And and they got so mad. And this is the problem. These rednecks are huge people. Like, they wouldn't be able to fit in this booth. Not even one of them.
That's literally the only reason we haven't had any on.
Yes, exactly. They lock up the security guard in the closet.
They locked the security guard in the closet.
And barricaded him in there and kept partying. He calls the cops from like the booth. The cops show up. They're like, he molested the bride. And they were like, and then I was just like, this is too much. The cops like, what the fuck's happening? My old friend who got married is like, I'm gonna kill him. And then these other guys are like, you don't want to go to prison on your wedding day. And like I'm just like, what?
Good friends?
Yeah. And then like the other friend's like, I live 10 minutes from here. I'll go get my AR. I'm like,
Oh,
why are you going to get
shit.
your AR? The cops
Yeah,
are here.
and the cops here, and the guy's already in the
Yeah,
closet.
yeah.
So fast forward 10 minutes,
Fast
cops in
forward.
the closet.
AR's out, and we own them, and we're the police now.
We own a town.
Yeah. So if you want to come,
Yeah.
just open a comedy club in the town.
Downmanville.
And the weirdest part was like, because I grew up with these people, and like my ex-girlfriends were there, and all the weirdness.
Yeah.
I for some reason like went back to high school. I'm like, I need to be accepted. Like my bleached tips just like came back. you
Sure.
know? And Lee was like, you got
So
out.
you helped tighten the
Yeah. I'm like,
tighten
"Get
the
him in
chains
there."
around
Yeah,
the closet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy,
Started
man.
doing like Larry the Cable Guy jokes. I was back.
So you said that they're normally always like that.
They're amped up.
All right. So you think somewhere there's two of them on a podcast being like, we had a beautiful wedding?
No. Yeah. They were like, it was awesome. Got to bring out the AR. Trapped a few cops. Pretty fucking sick.
Shit, dude. Well, great story. Thank you
Thank
for.
you.
I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna lock you in this. I'm gonna lock you in this.
There's no
and
way I
I'm
can
gonna
even
leave.
focus that close.
There's no. It's out of the realm. He could do it though. He's a
Not even
good.
recorded.
He's a pretty good DP.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. Tell the people where they can find
That
you on
was
the
it?
internet. That was it.
Oh.
Tiny story, tiny interview,
Oh,
tiny
okay.
story.
You can find me on Instagram at Local One Way, on Twitter at Andrew
You could
Gellman.
also look into that one if it's more
Okay,
comfortable.
cool. You can find me on Tiny Story Podcast.
Thank you so much for having us. And now a word from our sponsors. Do we have any sponsors?